It's the Happy Families podcast. It's the podcast for the time-poor parent who just wants answers now.
G'day, this is Dr. Justin Coulson, the founder of happyfamilies.com.au. Thank you so much for joining me on this holiday edition of the Happy Families podcast. Kylie and I making the most of our time together with the kids, trying to work out this move as we get closer and closer to being on the coast and creating that awesome life that we've been working on for so long. But during this time on the podcast, we're revisiting some of our favourite interview moments from the last couple of years. And today, it's a conversation I had with Mem Fox. This was episode 124 of the podcast. Mem is one of Australia's, if not one of the world's, most celebrated children's authors. And I asked Mem, if you could spend an hour with your daughter, what age would you pick if you could be with her at any age for that hour?
I'd pick now. I'd pick now. The older she is, the more of a parent that she becomes. She's just lovely. I would just like her as she is. As she is. I would not like her at 17.
I don't know too many parents that would ask for a 17-year-old again. And no matter how good life has been, Mem, and how glad you are to be in the moment, what are you most looking forward to, either as a mum or as a grandma?
I'm 74 and I've got a very bad asthma. I'm a very bad asthmatic, so I'm very, very frightened of the coronavirus, right? Terrified of it. But my great hope is that I live long enough to see what my grandson wants to do in life. There are so many choices that kids have now. Whatever. I just want to know which way he goes. It's because it's fascinating to see what the choices are. My daughter was a politician for 8 years. She was a journalist for 7 years. She's been a teacher on and off. She's a teacher again. It's just fascinating to watch people's development and their interests. And, I just want to be there. I just want to live long enough for that.
Beautiful.
And I hope I will. I hope I will.
My last question for you, Mem, is this. If you could go back to Mem Fox as a young mum, probably having one of those tough moments with maybe that 17-year-old or maybe with a 2-year-old, and you get such little experience as a parent, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, look, let it rip. I mean, seriously, you lose your block. Just lose it. Get over it, but lose it. There are two experiences in my life with my daughter that neither of us has ever forgotten. Now, we quite often bring it up in a sort of joking way. I hope it's joking. Where she had a mug with Chloe written on it, okay, and it was a precious mug. It had been made specifically for her. And in a fit of absolute rage about something, I've got no idea what it was, I threw it on the kitchen floor and it smashed into 1,000 bits. And although that was terrible, it was absolutely tragic and it was completely wrong of me. I'm not saying it was right at all. The explosion of rage was over and I was devastated and, that we made it up. But you can't hold it in all the time. You've got to be real. You have to be in a marriage. You've got to be real. You've got to say how you feel. Otherwise, it makes you rot inside. You just have to have these amazing, rows, but then get over it. The forgiveness has got to be fast.
You can hear the rest of my conversation with Mem Fox on episode 124 of the podcast. It was a great chat. I'd love for you to go back and have a listen to it. Enjoy the download. Enjoy the listen. Some really nice ideas come out of that discussion. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. Craig Bruce, thank you for being our executive producer. And if you'd like more info, check out happyfamilies.com.au. Oh, and a quick reminder, tomorrow, the Bringing Up Boys Summit. If you've got boys between 8 and 18, this is one that you don't want to miss as a parent. Loads of great experts giving us all the info we need to deal with what, frankly, is a masculinity crisis happening around the world at the moment in our society. I hope you'll join us for the Bringing Up Boys Summit presented by happyfamilies.com.au. All the details at the website.